Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Butternomics. I'm your host, Brandon Butler, founder and CEO of Butter ATL, and today, got somebody special in the building. Fresh off the plane. No, you know what? No, he ain't fresh off the plane. He's been back for a minute, man. He's been traveling the world. He's been doing a lot of amazing stuff. The one, the only, Mr. Archie Clay III. Archie, how you doing,
I'm
bro?
amazing, man. Thank you for having me, bro. It's a pleasure, as always.
Bro, it's good to see you, man. It's good to have you in
Skin
studio,
looking
man.
glowing. Dark skin, us
know?
dark skin brothers got to stick together.
We got to stick together, man. We got to stick together. Look, Archie, look, man. Normally, I have people like introduce themselves and say who you are for those that don't know. But like I've been doing something a little bit different lately.
Okay.
I asked ChatGPT who Archie Clay III
Wow.
was. So I'm gonna read to you what
That's
ChatGPT
crazy.
said.
I'm curious.
Yeah, it has stuff in here on
Oh
it, bro.
Lord. Oh man. Okay.
So what I'm gonna read this, and I want you to let me know how on point
Okay.
this is. Okay. So this is your bio according to ChatGPT.
Wow.
Archie Clay III is an Atlanta-based entrepreneur and the founder and CEO of Brain Love, a luxury fashion brand dedicated to promoting mental health awareness and self-love. Launched in September 2023, Brain Love aims to merge style with substance, encouraging individuals to embrace their uniqueness and prioritize mental well-being. Before establishing Brain Love, Clay co-founded the successful hat company Wear Brims in 2016. After parting ways with his business partner, he experienced a period of personal struggle, which inspired him to create a brand not only offers high-quality fashion, but also serves as a platform for mental health advocacy. Brain Love's mission extends beyond fashion. The brand donates 5% of its annual sales to Silence the Shame, an Atlanta-based mental health organization. And Clay's commitment to mental health is deeply personal, influenced by his father's lifelong struggles with mental illness and his own journey towards healing. A graduate of Tuskegee University, Clay has a background in retail and operations. Having worked at companies like Target and Burlington, he also practices martial arts, including Muay Thai and boxing as part of his mental health regimen. Brain Love's products are available online and have been featured in retailers like Bloomingdales and Saks Fifth Avenue. The brand's design draws inspiration from the 1970s and 1980s, aiming to resonate with cultural moments that emphasize self-expression and resilience.
Wow. That is probably 95% accurate.
Hey, man.
That's
Look, you better be careful what you out there putting on the internet,
That's
man.
95% accurate. Wow.
What's the 5% though? What 5% is missing?
Well, no, say accurate because we didn't do anything with sex. We turned them down.
Okay.
And we're still building with Songs of Shame and kind of figure out how we want to make impact in that space.
Shout out
Shout out
to
to Shanti. Love her. But no, that's what I'm saying. It's really
It's in there. It's okay.
really on point. On par.
Hey, man. All right, man. AI's coming, man. AI's coming, man.
too quickly.
So tell me, man. You started this brand, Brain Love. You know what I mean? Like, what was the mindset you were in when you kind of first decided to come up with this idea?
Hurt. Honestly, it was one of them things where I was afraid. I was afraid of what was next. After the split of me and my business partner with my first company, it kind of really hurt me and put me in a position and space of like depression and not really knowing what's next for me. A lot of crying moments, a lot of days where it's just like, man, like what am I gonna do? Like I don't want to go back to corporate, but like I want to get married soon, so like it's that man side of you that with ego is like, hey, how do I make this work? But honestly, man, it's really kind of like when we talk about how do we be the best version of ourselves, it's really owning ourselves. You know what I mean? And I had to really take a step back to kind of honestly fix my own trauma. It's like it stated in there, my dad had a mental breakdown when I was around 3, and I've never really like opened that up. You know what I mean? And I wanted to kind of really dive in that in the space of like me feeling like this, while also diving into the whole thought process of my feelings around the ending of my company at the pinnacle of the brand. Like, there was nothing wrong with the product. We was making a lot of money, so that hurt too. Like at the pinnacle of the business, and things are just go downward. You know what I mean? So as me allowing myself to heal myself, it made me realize that people every day are struggling just with regular life. And sometimes social media and our community doesn't really understand what mental health is and what that aligns to. And I think that fashion is a space of, it's always been a space of confidence. Like you put it on because you want, it's supposed to be, you put it on for yourself to make yourself feel confident, not to put it on for someone else. But I think that's kind of got miscued over time. You know what I'm saying? Or what true fashion is. And like, hey, like you can be who you are. You can have your own style. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like I wanted to create a brand that focused on both. You can be who you are. You can be confident in who you are. You can be whoever you want to be. You can accomplish truly what you want to accomplish. But in order to do that, it starts with yourself. You know what I mean? But also letting fashion be the vehicle to make it cool. Like
Yeah.
how now cool is cool to be smart. Because back in the day when I was on the east side, it wasn't really cool to be smart. It was cool to gang bang and do
Yeah.
all that extra stuff, you know. So now I think it's layers to it. Now, like it's cool to be mentally well, have a mental perspective of life, like being a good person, like doing all these things to help yourself be better. You know what I mean? And we want to merge those two things together and make it cool.
No, man. Look, I'll tell you right now. One of the best investments I've made in myself in the last probably 3 years is getting into therapy.
Right.
And I tell all my friends, especially all my guy friends that are high
Right.
performing, that are out here doing stuff. That's the number one thing I tell them all to do. Like, bro, take your ass to
Right.
therapy. Go talk to somebody.
Right.
Like, cause I always kind of joke and say, a lot of times we end up talking to our friends about our
Right.
problems. And I mean, it's cool to talk to your friends about your problems, right? But what I've come to realize is more often than not, basically the advice you get is, man, folks be
Right.
hating.
Right.
You
Yeah.
to sit here and pour out your soul and telling people what's going on, and just again to have, you know, um, somebody that can listen, give you like frameworks and ways to think about things, and like just kind of support you is super helpful. And I think, yeah, especially now with everything being always on, or everybody, especially in Atlanta, a city that's like very entrepreneurial
Right.
based, like people talk about building your own thing and what it takes, and and like the success in building it, but like they don't talk about the like just the toll it takes on
Oh,
you
it's hard.
to like really build
It's
something,
it's
right?
very very hard. I don't think people realize. Like I think to your point is like this shit hard.
Yeah.
Like it's not always up. Majority of the time it's down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's the perspective. Is like, oh, you're an entrepreneur, so you're always getting money. No, you're not. Like
Hmm.
you're not. Like, and I think that's what like grinds my ears. Is just like it's this shit is hard and it's mentally draining. And if you don't have the right people around you, you will hurt yourself
Yeah.
mentally and possibly physically.
No, you'll break. I mean, look, I had a business one time, and it's the same thing. It was doing really well, but the infrastructure was all jacked
Right.
up. For lots of different reasons. I was hiring. I could have probably hired, but there's a lot of things I could have done differently. But to your point, I remember I was like holding so much stuff inside that I literally started having anxiety attacks. Like anytime my phone would ring, I would have an anxiety
Right.
attack. And like think about how many times your phone goes off over the course of a day. Like emails, text messages, just
Right.
notifications. And I
That's
just
a
had this
lot.
like, every time I would just get this feeling like, oh God, what is it
Right.
now? And I remember like the breaking point for me was I went on vacation and I like literally had to put my phone in the safe in the hotel for like 2 days
Wow.
and
And
just
just decompress.
like I did, yeah, I was like, don't even tell me what the code
Right.
is. Like, just turn it off, put it in there. I don't even know what the code is, and just separate myself. But that was before again. I
Right.
wasn't taking care of
Yeah.
myself, right? And so, like, with all the stuff you've been going on, and you talking about taking this kind of like mental and break and everything. Like, what did you learn in that space that like this hustle culture doesn't teach you?
That is okay. Like I would say this, man. I think failure is okay.
Yeah,
I think a lot of times is that we make, especially in our generation, in our space, in our communities, that failure is like, oh, I can't fail. It's like no, like failure allows you to get better. You know what I mean? And understanding that that's a part of life. Like most of the people that we look up to have had multiple failures before they hit the
yeah,
pinnacle of their success. And I didn't understand that. Like I really was like, man, like God, like why are you taking this away from me? Like I did
mm-hmm.
everything that you told me to do. And you taking this away from me at the pinnacle of the business. So now you want me to start over? I just got engaged. You want me to be the leader financially and mentally, but now I have to start over again. Like, what do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? So I think, but also understand that we can't. I'm not sure if all the views are spiritual, but for me, it's like I became more spiritual. Like, I can't do it without God. I
Mm-hmm.
really can't. You know what I mean? I think putting Him first in every avenue and every opportunity is a part of that journey of being successful. Like
Yeah,
it's community, it's family, it's your ability to pivot, it's your ability to grow, but it's also your ability to say, "Hey, I'm giving you this first, God. Like, tell me what to do. And I think sometimes we forget that it's us. It's just me as the entrepreneur. No, I can't. I've never done it by myself. Never.
Mm-hmm.
Even when Wear Brims, like, didn't do it by myself. I had my business partner at that time. I had my family, I had my girlfriend at that time, now wife. I've had all pieces to the puzzle. And you always have to have gratitude in that space.
Yeah. Now you talked about again like splitting from your business partner. Again, I think people, yeah, like that's tough. I mean, business is definitely like a marriage, especially if you have a partner with it. I mean, it's tough to kind of go through that, but like once you had that split, especially at that level of success, kind of at the peak, like you mentioned, like how did you actually rebuild your confidence, not just as like a creative, but also just as a business person in
My
general?
family. Because I doubted myself. I remember, shout out to Aman Ramadan, and my wife. I remember having a conversation with her, and she was like, "You can do this shit again. Like, let it go." Because I was trying to hold it. I didn't want to
Yeah.
give it up. I didn't want to give it up. I was like, "No, I'm not giving it up. No, we gonna let's figure it out." And she was like, my wife, same thing. Like, let it go. It's hurting you right now. Like, I can tell you're hurt. So let it go and just start over. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard. And you at that time, I didn't. It was no brain level idea. It was just
Mm-hmm.
nothing. It was just nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm letting go, but not having nothing to go to. Like, what am I gonna do? So I think for me, it's like it was my community, man. Like, I can't express enough on the impact that your community and people that truly want you to win that can have on your confidence. I've always been a very confident, but I feel like that was a period where I lacked confidence
Mm-hmm.
because of some things that was told to me, and I kind of started to question, like, is that correct? Can I do this again? Can I build another seven-figure business?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Eh,
saying? So, like, community, family played a major role in me keeping my confidence, and but also me owning myself too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Archie, go to therapy. Archie, pray more. Archie, get closer to God. Archie, express your feelings. Archie, cry. Cry to your wife. It's okay to have those emotional feelings because you got to let it out.
Yeah.
Because you hold it, like you said, if you hold it in, it's only going to do more damage to you.
Oh, 100%, man. 100%. Now, where did the name Brain Love specifically come
So it's
from?
crazy. It's a crazy story. So I was in a car. So me and my wife were just thinking about ideas of what's the next common opportunity, what we want to do, our
Mm-hmm.
future goals. So my wife was like, "Man, like I want to open up a cocktail bar," and she's like, "Man, Brainchild would be super dope to call it." I was like, "That's a dope name, actually." So like I was in a car and I was listening to Buffett, and Warren Buffett was talking about the importance of really pushing yourself to the next level and evolving every single day to reach your pinnacle of success financially.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, man, like that really kind of aligns to what you're doing as a child. Like as a child, you're evolving. Your brain is evolving. You're evolving as a person. You evolve from a toddler to a kid to a teenager to a young adult, so on and so forth. So I was like, man, that's a dope name. So originally, the name of the brand was called Brainchild.
Okay.
But what happened was, as me kind of pulling on my relationships, I called Complex. I was like, "Yo, Complex. I mean, I really want y'all to kind of partner with me, do some ideas, some marketing ideas, and collaborations." And it's like, man, we love the idea, love the brand, but right now there's another brand called Brainchild.
Okay.
And I was like, and that was like, bro, what?
Right.
First of all, what? God, you gave me the idea again. Now you want me to pivot again? I created a whole collection based on this concept of Brainchild.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized also it's like, man, okay, take a second back, relax. Let's figure out another name. So I knew I wanted to keep Brain, but I
Mm-hmm.
was like, man, how can it still have the same effect and the same mission and values? So I was like, man, I said Brain Love. I was like, it didn't stick for 4 hours. So I called my boy, my best friend Phil, and he was like, man, don't put too much pressure on it. Just say it. I said brain love. I was like, that's it. I'm just gonna stick with it. Then from there, and then I kind of aligned like the whole thought process of loving your mind, loving your brain, loving who you are. Because at the end of the day, your mind is the foundation of how your body works and how you react to different things and how you react to life. And I was like, it kind of perfect. But also in this moment, I realized that these are the moments you listen to God.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not right doesn't mean it's not right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those situations where like he gave me another idea, but he also said, how bad you want it? Are you willing to pivot again in this moment of a period where you are uncertain of your next steps in life? You know what I mean? So for me, it's like people ask me like, where did this idea come from? This idea came from God, honestly, because it came at a time where I was uncertain, but it also I created Brain Love in 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
We started the process in July of 2023. We launched in September 2023 at Atlanta Fashion Week.
Oh man,
Shout out to
shout out to
Angela.
Angela.
And I literally just called her a couple days ago, and I'll tell you as we kind of go through the thing, we just got some good news. So I called her to say thank you because this community and family plays a major role in how you evolve and how you push forward in this journey of entrepreneurship, and you can't
Mm-hmm.
do it without them.
Yeah, man. No, I always love hearing how people come up with the names for things. I know for me personally, like I have a hard time um, seeing the thing until I can kind of name
Right,
it. And so what I'll do is I'll literally just kind of just sit still,
right,
I just like, and it might take a couple
right.
days, you know what I mean? It's just like, all right, I'm just gonna wait. Like that's how, like I had this podcast, like I knew I was like, I don't know what to call it, and I'm just there thinking, and then one day it just hit me, just like Butternomics.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
Hard.
yeah, that's it.
It
That's it.
plays.
And then
It
it's
flows.
all
It
down. And
flows.
then after
It
that,
is like
everything
full,
else
yeah.
is easy.
Everything
Everything else is
after, yeah.
easy.
I'm saying after I got the name, like it was pretty easy to kind of connect the dots because I'm very passionate about this, man. Because I
Mm-hmm.
understand like it's hard. Like I said, life is hard, and but I truly believe that we have this thing that we say humans are our stakeholders because
Mm-hmm.
I believe in the human being. I believe in the individual. Like we truly can accomplish anything we want to accomplish. We are the individuals that get in our way. Like
Yeah.
we get in our way of success, our mindset, and not willing to sacrifice certain things because we just like it. Oh, we just talked about fried chicken. I like fried chicken, but knowing fried chicken is keeping you from being healthy.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's a sacrifice I want to take versus getting cancer or having health issues or having diabetes in the future. Now that's not saying that you can't eat it. You have to
Yeah.
eat it not every single weekend.
Yeah. Like
In
moderation. I mean, at the end
moderation,
of
you
the
know
day,
what I'm
it's like
saying? So it's
moderation is
just
key to
like
everything.
willing to like, what are you willing to do to put yourself in position to win? And not just I'm not thinking about myself anymore. I have a family now.
Mm-hmm.
It's bigger than me now. It's the Clays now. So it's like it's not about what I want to do. It's about what my family wants to do. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking about that from that perspective now.
How do you feel like, and even like something being so, kind of mission driven, right? Like that takes a level of just honesty and kind of humility with
Right.
yourself, because a lot of people don't really stand out there on that step and be like, yo, not only is this about the product, but it's also about the mission. Like, how did you get comfortable being able to talk about just the mission, like around mental health
I mean,
stuff with
honestly, I
people?
think I've always been away. Even with Wear Brim, was like Wear Brim was built on the foundation of my grandmother. My grandma
Mm-hmm.
passed away, and I wanted to create a brand based on her. So like, the brands I've always made have always had impact and thought process behind them. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So like, it was kind of easy. It's second nature because I'm going through this in real time. I'm evolving in real time, and like we want our customers in our community to know we're evolving in real time, and
Mm-hmm.
it's okay for you to evolve in real time. And sometimes you're gonna take a step back, but it's always just putting one foot in front of each other every single time, every single day. You know what I'm saying? How can we get 1% better? Shit, 0.1% better every single
Yeah.
day. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're not perfect. We can't be great every single day. If someone tells you that you can be great every single day, that's a lie.
Oh,
It's a lie because at the end of the day, we're gonna fail. Even when you meet the pinnacle, you're still gonna fail. You're still gonna have deals that may not go through. You're still
yeah.
gonna
Mm-hmm.
have failures. So telling people and giving this perspective of this perspective that running a business or having entrepreneurship or just life is just easy. No, it's not easy. It's not easy. And I want and we're passionate in that perspective and that storytelling because I think that, like I said, at the end of the day, we can evolve and we can reach our goals. Like my mom was a stay at home mom for 30 years. My mom, she's about to go get her doctors.
Oh wow.
Like me seeing that, it's like I literally was just talking to my mom. I was like, that is a true definition of like not giving up.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't. There's no time limit.
Oh man, look, no, that's the thing. Again, you got to constantly kind of reinvent yourself, and social media and everything makes it seem like all this stuff is simple. And look, while yes, there's a lot of upside if you do start and build your own brand, I fully believe that everybody's not supposed to be an
No, for sure,
entrepreneur.
for
I
sure.
think I think there's nothing
There's
wrong with
nothing
that.
wrong with that.
I don't, again, like for whatever reason, social media, the internet will tell you like, hey, go start stuff. There's a lot of people out here that are stressed out
Because
because they out here trying to build something when they probably should be at number 3 or number 17 or number 20 at some company and just be happy and cool
right,
with it, right? But
right.
like they kind of here and they kind of push you to do this stuff, man. But like look, y'all have been, you launched the brand, y'all been going up. Now y'all in Bloomingdales now
So
too,
that's what I
right?
was telling you. So for the last year and a half, since we launched in 2023 of September, we've been working with Angela and Atlanta Fashion Week, where we launched Atlanta Fashion Week. Then with that came the opportunity to do a pop up at Bloomingdales, right? So
Mm-hmm.
after that, we did pretty well. We went from there to doing another pop up during holiday season, which did well again. And then
Yeah.
in 2024, we did Black History Month. So from there, we got picked up to do trunk show. So what trunk show means is that now they bring you in, they put your SKUs in the system. So
Mm-hmm.
now anytime an event happens, like Black History Month or anything happens, you can bring in your product and let it sit without you being there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've been doing that off and on for like the last year and a half. And last Friday, we got brought on full time.
Oh,
Yeah,
congratulations,
bro.
man. Dope. Clap that one
Yeah,
up, bro.
man. So
So like y'all are officially in
we're officially
Bloomingdales
so we will be launching around summer of June this year.
now. Okay.
So links will be our first door, and then we'll be working with them to scale to 3 to 4 stores by the end of the year.
How's that feel, man?
I cried, bro, because I don't think people understand how this has been it's been a rough last 2 years, 2.5 years, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
mentally for me. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to make sure that I can still have this dream of really creating a brand that can make impact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also be fly at the same time. Like I love fashion. I love putting shit on. You know what I'm saying? And we've been working hard at this for the last year and a half, man. And yes, we're not even 2 years old, so it's also gratitude in this. Like most brands
Mm-hmm.
don't get a deal like that in the first two
Yeah.
years. So we're very grateful, so much gratitude in that process. But also it's like we've been grinding and like we literally like ain't gonna lie, Bloomingdale's will ghost us for like 3 months.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's also this understanding that God has us. He
It was timing. It was
Yeah,
timing. Like
man.
because you don't know those 3 months. It
You
could
just
have
never know.
lots of things
Like,
that could have
but
happened, right? But it happened when it was supposed to
I was
happen.
telling my wife, I was like, man, like sometimes you just can't. Sometimes you can't let yourself get in the way. Cause I could have easily sent an email like, hey, well, it's clear that you guys have a lot going on, so we're just gonna step back and not do anything. Versus just saying, hey, like, I'm just gonna move my hands, and then whatever is for me is for me, and if God wants this to be for me, then it's gonna be for me.
Yeah.
But it worked out the right way, man. So I was super happy, man.
I
Honestly,
always, I always say like you can't rush yourself to your blessing, because for whatever reason, at least that's been my experience, right? It's like when it happens, it happens when it's supposed to
right,
happen, and so you got to kind of ask yourself, man, if this would have happened 3 months
right,
earlier, like would I have been ready?
right, yeah,
What would have been different?
right,
You know what I mean? Like so, like for whatever reason, even though that it's
right.
tough
No, for
sometimes
sure, for
waiting,
sure,
but for whatever
sure.
reason, man, it just seems like when things happen, you're like, you know what? I'm glad this happened at this
Right.
moment because even though I might have wanted it to happen earlier, like would I have been ready for it? Would I have been prepared
No, I
for it?
remember my wife asking me because we were talking about this networking and connecting with people and following up, and she asked me like, "No, what's the formula for following up?" And I used to say the normal stance. Oh, you send 3 emails and then after that you let them ride. That's
Mm-hmm.
like the corporate thought process. But the last year I had this shift in perspective. There is no number.
Yeah,
It's how you feel until they tell you no.
yeah.
And
No,
that's there is no number. Like you shouldn't put a number on it until they tell you no. Because at the end of the day, this is a business. You're trying to make something shake, and you're not the only person reaching out to these people.
mm-hmm.
So either you're gonna be like everybody else. Probably 95% of the people probably stop after that third email.
Yeah,
Or you're gonna keep emailing them because you just never know what the perspective is on the other side.
yeah. You don't know what's happening on
You
their
don't know
side.
what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I remember having a meeting with them last week, and it was like, man, we appreciate you so much for being patient. We know it's a lot for you, but we want to bring you in, so we had to find a way. So it took us a little longer to figure out how to do it,
Yeah,
and we made it. And I was like, I'm grateful. I'm
yeah.
grateful because this gives us a space to continue to build and continue to grow.
Yeah, I mean, and what you really said, I really agree with. Like at the end of the day, with business, there are no real
Right.
rules. There's
Right.
recommendations, there's like best practices, but to your point, man, like you gotta do what you
Gotta
gotta
do what
do.
you gotta do.
And if that means I gotta email somebody, I mean, don't get me started now with AI.
I can go
Like
crazy.
I
I
could go
can go
crazy. Like I
crazy.
mean,
Hey, write this email right quick.
I can send you emails every week for the next 12 months if that's what it takes. You
It'll
know what I'm
take me one
saying?
second to write.
Right, but again, until they say no, and again, sometimes it's not even no. Like you don't even hear no's that much. You might hear like not right
Yeah.
now, or maybe, but you gotta like really kind of lean into that. What I'm saying, get it going. Like, what's been some of the feedback and just energy in general around the brand since you've launched it? Like you've had the pop ups which are going. I remember seeing those. I've been out to some of them. Now you got the trunk shows. Like, but just what's like been the general just energy and reception, especially again as you talk about like fashion and mental health.
Man, I think it's been beautiful, bro. It's like one of them things where people are, first of all, I think it's really very interesting because like we were talking to the team at Bloomingdales one day, and I was kind of just understanding like where's people's reaction when they come. It's not the story, honestly. It's the product,
Mm-hmm.
and we made some amazing dope product, and everybody hits me up anytime a customer buys. The first thing they say like this product is amazing, the quality is amazing, and
Mm-hmm.
which is dope because it's just like I think at the end of the day, even though we were a mission driven brand and we're focused on that, it's still product based.
Yeah.
And the first time you see the product, it's the product. You're not looking at you might even looking at the back first. You're looking at the quality of the structure of the shirt. You know what I mean? Quality of the hoodie, quality of the hat. And that's the one thing we've always gotten since we released is that the quality is amazing. And that's
Mm-hmm.
one thing that we thrive ourselves on is making good quality pieces for our customers. But also too is one of the things where it's like we're in a space now where luxury and fashion is a thing. But I also believe that you can have good quality pieces and not have to pay thousands of dollars. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? And for us, like that's kind of the niche we want to stick in where we're giving you the best crafted, honestly, better than Loewe and Gucci and all these things probably the best, better quality product at a better price point for you. You know what I mean? That aligns to the money, the billionaire or millionaire or the six-figure guy or the entrepreneur. Like we want you to understand that you can have quality product. And I remember one guy was walking in. He's like, man, he just saw the shirt. He's like, man, that's a great structured shirt. You,
I'm just gonna tell you, sitting over here, bro. That is I can see the quality as a black t-shirt aficionado, which I truly am. I can tell you right now, I can see the
I
quality,
appreciate that,
craftsmanship of
man.
that black t-shirt from
And the
right
thing
here,
about
bro.
it, man, we want to get better. Like I'm literally going to Colombia in July to start sourcing more textiles and more materials because for
Yeah.
us, as we evolve, we want to become fully clean, meaning that we're getting cottons, like
Mm-hmm.
no synthetics, no polyester, none of that stuff. Because at the end of the day, it's like if we want to truly be the pinnacle of wellness and mental thought process and your body and putting your body
Yeah.
first, it's the materials you put in your body as well. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But also not saying that we're gonna be charging you $100 for a T-shirt. You know what I mean? No, like we're gonna give you quality stuff, quality pieces, like a regular white T-shirt. A pack of T-shirts for good quality. Got your, of course, you got high quality stuff like this that may be a 100, so on. But we want to keep our price points between, price apparel wise, between $100 and $500.
Mm-hmm.
But the best material that you will ever see.
And I love you talking about like again sourcing materials. Just real quick, like what is that process like? Because I'd love for you just kind of like share what that process looks like. Because again, I think people think about starting like I don't want to relegate what you're doing to just t-shirts. You're starting an
Yeah.
apparel brand, you're starting a company, right? But like yeah, you do have to go out here and actually find the right kind of partners
No, for sure.
and manufacturers and stuff. Like what was that
No,
experience
it
like?
was dope, man, and I love the production and the production development side of the product because you have to really sit and like really take your time to figure out what type of item that you want. But for some reason, I do very well in this space. The first shirt I picked was it. This was the
Mm-hmm.
first one. I didn't take. It's crazy. I crazy to say like I didn't have to go through multiple samples. The
Mm-hmm.
first sample, I just paid it. I know what I knew in my head. I knew what I wanted. I knew the GSM. I knew the quality and the heaviness of the shirt, the heaviness of the hoodie. We did update the hoodie twice, but
Mm-hmm.
the shirt we did it once. And I knew I wanted to kind of have that minimalistic perspective on the front, but also storytelling on the back. And the
Yeah.
first collection was called Love You because for me at that time, the time period, I was in a process of like trying to love myself more. And I realized that this can be pushed to people as well because people are probably just regular people are trying to love themselves more and having a product that they can speak to. You know what I'm saying? And like and on the back of the shirt, it starts off with this shirt represents these things, this energy, this perspective. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you wearing this shirt, you see somebody wearing this shirt, they probably have the same perspective that you have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the energy, that's the community right there, and by that, it's fostering evolution and evolving in like how people react to clothing, because clothing is hip hop. Clothing
Yeah.
is culture. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. So like, why can't it not be aligned to something dope and something impactful to your everyday life, man? So for us, man, in the beginning, like I think now we're about to like now it's like, all right, cool. We want jean jackets, we want long coats, we gotta have this whole perspective. And when you read the chat,
Yeah.
it talks about the '70s and the '60s. Like that's our whole perspective. Like really taking that perspective and modernizing it now, giving you dope pieces that align to that culture and that perspective.
Yeah, and I know you just recently got back on a trip from Japan. Y'all was in
Yeah,
Thailand
Thailand. Yeah.
also. Like, just when you do these trips, especially with the kind of work you do, like, how does that change the way you think about just like culture and product and life in general?
Man, because I think, man, one thing I did realize when I went over there is just like the level of cleanness is different than the United
Hmm.
States. For example,
I know USA kind of ghetto. I ain't gonna lie. The more you go overseas, you be like, man,
listen, I'm gonna tell you
what are
this.
we
I'm
doing
gonna
over
tell you
here?
this, man. Like even just from water, like
Uh-huh.
Japan has good clean water system. Like you can probably
Yeah.
drink out the tap. Like they have
Yeah.
filter system, but when you get a bottle of water in there the hotel, you get about four of them. It's in a
Hmm.
glass bottle, right? And every time you leave, they recycled it. Like,
Hmm.
you finish them, you leave them there, they come get them. You know what I'm saying? So cleanness is more accessible.
Yeah.
It's not here being rich and having money. You get more access to organic things,
Yeah.
organic food, organic clothing, organic furniture, whatever. Like over there, that's a lifestyle. Like it's
Hmm.
not that's not a status thing. Like of course, you nice hotels, things of that nature, but like even the steak, you get steak everywhere. Now I'm sure there's levels to it,
Yeah.
but like Wagyu is their main promotion.
So we all eating.
Wagyu here is like, where we gonna get Wagyu here?
Better go to
The
Wagyu
Wagyu
House.
house,
You
two
know
hundred
you can.
dollars. Like bro,
Right.
like we spending nothing out there. But it also made me realize like that's what I want my brand to be, bro. Like I want to give people high quality, but I want it to be accessible. Like I don't. It's of course if you got money you can buy it too, but if you're trying to get a check, you can still get it too. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
that's what I got over there. Like the every brand has its own aesthetic and how they push their storytelling to the world, but it's all quality.
Yeah.
Of course, you got your even what's the brand everybody shops now? It's like one of the main I can't went blank, but even they have like a main brand out there that everybody shops. I forgot, but it's quality, like
Yeah.
sustainable quality, very high quality pieces. You know what I'm saying? And it's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Like I was looking at some shoes I bought. So a Nike Tigers, I spent like 110. They cost 200 over here.
Yeah. See, I'm telling you, man. You get out there, you start noticing stuff, man. I'm telling you. Now, a lot of people want to grow, but they don't know where to start. They don't know how to start. And like one thing I've heard you say a couple times is like your evolution starts with
Yeah,
you. Like, what do you think is the first step that most people miss when it comes to just getting started?
confidence. Like you, especially if you want to go in the entrepreneurship world, like you have to find your own way of keeping yourself confident, because
Yeah.
there's gonna be periods where you're gonna doubt your confidence.
Oh,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? So like honestly, I don't know how you build confidence. I think it has to be one of them things where you gotta just own it. You know what I'm saying? And allow yourself to fail and be okay with that. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And I think that's one thing where I've realized for myself is that I'm okay with failing, but I know I'm gonna win. You know what I'm saying? But also is one of the things too is like you have to be honest with yourself. Because I think a lot of entrepreneurs got all these ideas, but they're not honest if it's a good idea.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I realized is too is like we talked about this. It's like if if your product sucks, it sucks. Don't try to like defend it if it sucks. If it
Yeah.
ain't selling, that means that you need to fix some things.
Yeah.
If the
Adjust it.
service is not selling, that means you got to adjust some things. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's having confidence to believe in your ability to fix it.
I think with confidence comes from, to your point, just it's trying.
Yeah.
And it's trying and it's failing. I mean, you win too, but a lot of people are so scared of
Right.
failure that they don't try. And what I've learned is that you know that's where the experience and the confidence comes from. Because even again, like I was talking to somebody around here, and like I was telling them, I was like, look, like you young,
Yeah.
go do the thing. Like worst case scenario, it doesn't work out, you just come back here and do something else. What I can tell you is that even though I have tried many things and not everything has worked, nobody has ever laughed at me.
Right. No.
Nobody's ever like put something up on, but like, Brandon, you tried it, you sucked at this. You know what I'm saying? And so again, we kind of have this idea of like we're gonna get laughed at and talked about if we take a step and get out there. And like, I hate to tell y'all, man, people don't care that much.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Like, not that they don't care, but they don't. Unless you just got enemies and people that just hate you. Like, if you tried, it doesn't work. There's nobody there to sit here and hold up a failure in
But
your
also,
face.
it's like you're not popping it.
Yeah, right. That's the
That's
other
the other
part.
part. Is like you're not popping, so you putting too much pressure on yourself to be something that no one's looking for. They're not
Right.
looking for you to be. No one's looking for me to be the best brand in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
They just want us to provide whoever's shopping with us right now. They want us to provide best customer service and a good product right now. Now that will change if we start to scale where the pressures become more and people are looking for more as you get higher up the chain. But when you're
Mm-hmm.
first starting up, no one's looking for you to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
no one's looking for that. You know what I mean? So you have space to fail and you have space to give yourself grace. Like you gotta give yourself grace, man. Like give yourself grace, because even if you decided to start that business and open up that check account and create your LLC, that is the win.
Yeah.
That's the win right there. Like allow that to be momentum. That allow that to be the momentum that helps you push forward. I'm reading this book called The Art of Impossible, and it talks about those moments are like dopamine,
Mm-hmm.
where it continues to put a rush on your body. So every time you feel that, it gets more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it talks about like in to be a high performer, it's everything. It's grit, it's mindfulness, it's being able to pivot. It's not one or the other. You have to have all these things if you want to be successful. I ain't talking about entrepreneurship. I'm talking about just successful in general. You know what I mean? So I think we gotta stop putting out like failure is a part of that.
Yeah.
And the world tries to paint this picture of like failure is bad. It's like no, like you have to fail in order to move forward.
And like even just failure, like failure just means like you didn't intentionally accomplish what you wanted to. It doesn't mean that you like crashed
Yeah.
and burned and lost everything, right? Like, if you're trying to go somewhere, you didn't get like, okay, I failed to get where I was
Right.
going, but that doesn't mean that like you died.
Right.
You know what I mean? And again, I think that like for whatever reason, we think in these extremes. And that's something I just really want people to just understand, right? Like, yes, even if you quote unquote failed, that just means that you whatever mark you might have hit or tried to hit, you didn't hit. But that means it's not the worst possible version of how you did not hit
Right.
that mark. You didn't go bankrupt. You're not, you're not homeless. You're not, you know what I'm saying? Like you didn't lose everything. You didn't get the thing you wanted to get done. And guess what? Because you didn't have all those, now you can still get up and try
Right.
again.
And it builds character too. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It builds your ability to become a leader. Because you
Mhm.
can't lead people without understanding and experiencing what they're going through in real time as well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because we all go through struggle. We all go through periods of doubt. We all go through periods of not reaching our goals. You know what I'm saying? And that's a part of life. And that's a part of being a leader. But also being a leader is allowing yourself to be able to pick people up. But you can't pick people up if you can't pick yourself up.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. Like, one of the reasons why I've done a lot of stuff over my life, and people, and it's just funny, man. People like, and that's why when it comes to things, I'm like, oh yeah, you just do this, or oh yeah, that's what it takes. They're like, how do you know? It's because I've done
Right.
so much, and guess what? I'm still
Right.
here. Like, so I just have all these random experiences and knowledge from like and I've tried lots of different things that either worked, or they didn't work, they kind of sort of worked. But like I said, what it allows me to do is just it's like no, y'all, it's all we got to do is this.
Right.
And I have to do a better job sometimes of unpacking the why
Right.
because it's all up
Yeah.
here. But
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's not that crazy, man. But like, look, man, like looking back, what would the you from the Wear Brims era, say about where you are right now?
I'm proud of you. I know you didn't see this coming.
Right.
I know you didn't see this coming. I know you didn't. I know you thought that Wear Brim is going to be your legacy company. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for sticking in. I'm proud of you for pivoting. I'm proud of you for allowing your community to motivate, inspire you. I'm proud of you for showing up for your grandmother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
Hey man, look man, this has been dope. This has been an amazing
for
conversation.
sure.
Archie, before you get out of here, man, tell folks, man, how can they support you? How can they support Brain Love? Like, give them all the things.
Man, you can of course shop Brain Love at www.brainlove.store. You can of course follow us on Instagram, brainlove underscore official. We will be having a dope launch party very soon, so we'll be giving details out to the community and the family. So please show up. Like in order for us to continue to win and grow, we need y'all to buy.
Yeah, gotta
So you
support.
gotta support. So please come out, show love. But also too, I would say this, man, like never give up. Possibilities are endless. You know what I mean? Like I'm a product of that. Brandon's a product of that. And just keep pushing forward, man. We have the ability to really reach our goals. Whenever that goal that looks like for yourself, you know what I mean? Never give up and never allow yourself to have doubt in yourself. And if you do have doubt in yourself, just talk to yourself. Talk yourself out
Mm-hmm.
of that perspective and keep pushing forward because if whatever God has for you, He has it for you for a reason, and then you can accomplish and you can touch it.
Yeah. And if you can't talk to yourself, talk to Chat GPT.
Right, because
That'll
that
motivate you too.
motivates you
That'll tell you
too.
what you.
That's real.
Hey man, yo Archie man, I appreciate you pulling up, man. It's been an amazing
No, for
conversation.
sure, man.
Congratulations on everything that you are continuing to build. Wish you nothing but good
You
success,
too,
brother.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? And with that said, man, we out. That's the pod.
Peace.